Baby, when you're schooling life, I'm not a teacher. Oh, babe. I'm not going to finish it because I do not want them to flag this video. Anyway, welcome to my first review of 90 Day Fiance. What now? I wasn't going to review the show because I didn't know anything about it. The only 90 Day Fiance show that I knew about that was premiering now is 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After and 90 Day Fiance The Other Way Around. I didn't know about this show until my DVR recorded it. And I was just like, I know 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. It's not 2 hours. I love the show, but I wouldn't be reviewing it. Can you imagine me sitting here talking to you guys for 2 hours? I already do that, but I mean, 2 hours of material? I would be here all night. So I was just like, hell no. But then I realized that it was a different show. And I was just like, oh, it was a couple couples that I was interested in. And then I saw Danielle. And I was just like, oh, I'm in. I'm in for the long haul. Let's get into it. So we start off with David and Annie. This couple always creeped me out. David, his situation I just feel like there's so much being left out. Like his storyline to me just doesn't make sense. I feel like there are just some things being held back. Him and his best friend who's like supporting him and his wife, Nikki, that's giving me like seeking arrangement kind of relationships. And then David and Annie's relationship is real seeking arrangement or whatever. Like something is up with this and I don't feel like we're getting the total truth. However, Annie doesn't look like she's being held hostage, so I'm gonna just walk away from that. But Annie, next episode, if you being held hostage, sis, blink 3 times so you can get free. I honestly can't believe that this couple is still together. I thought when I first saw their story on their first time being on the show, I was just like, there is no way that this is going to last. It just didn't seem like anything that David said was the truth. I still feel like I said before, like there's a lot of lies going on, but Annie is still down with it. And they keep on getting put on the show. So I guess there's a lot of interesting things happening. What I do know about these TLC producers is that they are messy as hell. Not as messy as WeTV or VH1 producers or Bravo, but these TLC producers, they got something up their sleeve. They are going to pull back the curtain and we are going to get the real tea on this couple sooner than later. Just you watch. And you know what? Even though he creeps me out in like a penguin from Batman kind of way, there is still like a sweetness about David, but I don't know if that sweetness is covering up something extremely salacious. And I say that because not saying that David isn't worth it and not saying that he's not a great friend and he deserves it, but there's something up with the fact that everybody in his community willingly volunteers to support a grown man and his wife. Chris was taking care of him. That relationship was very odd to me. Still is very odd. Now his friend Carol is cooking him and Annie dinners and is just saying, whatever you need, a home cooked meal, just come over. I'll cook for you guys. I'll provide for you guys. She's providing food. Chris is providing a home. Something is just not adding up. Not saying that I don't have great friends who would do something like that for me, but I feel like I've been such an amazing friend. I kind of earned that kind of treatment. We have yet to see what kind of friend David is to receive all of this. I'm glad that somebody has such a great community that will support him, but I'm starting to feel like David knows where bodies are buried. Like there are some secrets that he knows because people are too willing to take care of a grown man and his grown wife. Or is it for camera time? Are they taking care of him for camera time? That could be a little scam. I'm telling y'all, there is something being left out of this story. I just feel it. Jonathan and Fernanda. Yikes, right? Like who knew that they would be here? And to see how their story starts off from the end of everything, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel so bad because we watched like their love story a few months ago. And even like a few months ago, they were on Twitter, not Twitter, but Instagram, all booed up. And I remember seeing one video of just Jonathan. And I was just like, where's Fernanda? But it didn't like really register that she wasn't there because it was an issue because he wasn't giving anything off. I don't know. That was really odd because just recently, even when the show was still like going on, they both were like Instagramming and tweeting like a couple. Maybe they were contractually obligated to keep up the farce of the relationship and couldn't really talk about it until happily ever after. I don't know, but I mean, at the beginning of their storyline on this show, critical yikes. I was just like, ooh, this gonna be messy and good TV. And you know who I thought about while watching this? I thought about Jonathan's mama. I was just like, she is probably watching this show in a house coat with some coffee, shaking her head like, I told you so, but you're grown, so I gotta let you live. Because she said all of this. Like, it seems like from even the trailer and the little preview in this episode about their relationship, Mom said all of these things. All of these things, and they're having all of these issues. Guys, listen, I know we get to a certain age and we think that we're grown and we think we know everything, but parents are wise. They might not be wise in everything, but there are just certain things that they just know. His mom said all of these things. She spoke to the both of them and told them that this was not going to go well. It was not going to end well. She gave them reason after reason why, and none of them listened. And let me tell you something. I was on the train too. I was just like, you know what, Mom? You don't know Fernanda. Love is love. She may be young, but he really cares for her. And then to see how it all fell apart. Mom was right. Okay, can we talk about Fernanda wanting to move to Chicago to pursue acting? I was listening to that and I was just like, Fernanda, what the hell are you going to Chicago for acting? Are you going to Second City? Are you doing stand-up or improv comedy? Like, what? It don't make no sense. When she was talking about, I want to go someplace where I can, train my acting muscles and really, pursue my career in acting and in entertainment. I'm ready to move to Chicago. Girl, what? I thought LA. And you know what? I was on board if she was actually talking about moving to LA. It makes sense for these two. It makes sense for any reality TV star couple or any reality TV star person. If you're on a show and you have a lot of buzz, you've gained a lot of followers, LA or New York is the place where you need to be, specifically Los Angeles, because there are so many opportunities out here for you to, eat off of that 15 minutes of fame. So it makes total sense for her to want to move to Los Angeles, but Chicago, the only thing I could think of is Second City. Chicago is known for deep dish pizza, violence. Can we be real? Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm from Philly. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, bang, bang, shoot them up. Listen, fine men. Y'all do got some fine men. I love that accent on a man. That Chicago accent on a man, child. Make me make some crazy decisions. What else are they known for? Freezing cold weather and improv comedy. But like acting, TV and film acting? Fernanda, what? For somebody like Fernanda, I'm like, girl, you need to go to LA or Miami. What are you doing here? Like, why? I don't know why she thought Chicago. I don't know what happened when they went there. She must have had a really great time. For her to want to move from where she was at, I get it, right? But to take that leap from South Carolina to Chicago and not New York City or LA, or maybe she wanted to do Chicago because it was closer to New York City, but it wasn't as expensive as New York City. I don't know. We got to dive into that a bit more because I'm just not putting the pieces together for Fernanda acting in Chicago. It's not making sense to me. And girl, ain't you cold? You're from Mexico and you're trying to move to Chicago? I'm from Philadelphia. I don't ever want to deal with that kind of winter. Ever. Although I agree with Fernanda wanting to move someplace to further her entertainment career, I also can understand Jonathan. He's like, I put 10 years into this place. He's a real estate guy, right? So your business mainly is based off of relationships. And he's like, I put a lot of time into this, career of mine at this specific place. I made a lot of connections. I got a lot of friends. I can really grow my business from this point where it's at, where I'm already really successful, and even triple my profits because now I have this TV show. So he doesn't want to move. And I'm sorry, Fernanda, but as his wife, you have to support that decision. You know what I mean? Like, since you're on the TV show, any entertainment opportunities you want to do, you can do from where you're at. I don't think moving to Chicago will solve any of the issues or really give you that career boost that you desire. Why don't you guys just stay in South Carolina or wherever you're living and work on a consistent check, a guaranteed check, even after that storm, right? He still got relationships there. He still has connections. He can expand his business, even take it to the neighboring county and still do very well because people know Jonathan. especially in that location. So I agree with Jonathan wanting to stay. I can also understand Fernanda wanting to move to a bigger city, not such a slow and small town, because that's not where she's from. I get both sides, but I think that Jonathan is the only one thinking rationally. That's what you get when you marry somebody who's 19. She's very impulsive. She sees something and she wants to do it. She has all this energy. She's still very, fresh and innocent and very pure to certain things. She's not jaded down, because that's what happens when you get older. You get jaded down by society and all of those things. And you don't want to take as many leaps and as many risks because you work so hard to get to a certain place and you feel like you're secure in here and you don't want to mess that up. But when you're 19, you'll take that leap. Got to think about that, baby. You were too busy thinking about the titties you got and not the longevity of this relationship. This is what your mother was trying to tell you. So now let's talk about Molly and Louise. I love her voice. This is why I'm so obsessed with Molly's accent, because when I look at her, I don't expect this accent. She gives me an East Coast, like her look is very East Coast. And then to hear this accent come out of her mouth, I'm just like, wow, you do not look like how you sound at all. She looks like a mob wife, but she sounds like Billy Ray Cyrus. Like, girl, what? And you know what? I'm also baffled that she really thought that she was going to live happily ever after with this child. This is another situation where I'm just like, how did you not see this scam? How were you so blinded by this? And how did your community allow this? Like, at some point you make dumb decisions, right? But there's always some people there to really talk sense into you and really make ultimatums and just be like, girl, this don't make no sense. I don't know if the kid's father is in their life, but if he is, I would have been like, listen, I'm going to go to court for my kids. If you're going to make this decision to bring this child who you have no idea who he really is outside of a couple of sexual encounters that you had on the beach when you were on vacation, you're going to bring this man into a home that you share with my children, my daughters. You know what I mean? As a father, as a parent, I would have been like, oh, hell no. You know what I mean? But it was able to happen. And Louise had all this conflict with her kids. And I don't know. I just wish she had a stronger community, or a stronger community of people who will really let her know that she's making mistakes. I love that her community is supporting her now, that she has scraped her knees up on the sidewalk with this whole Louise drama. But I would have loved for them to have been so full force in the beginning so that she would not be here. And maybe they were. I just don't remember it within her story. Tariq and Hazel. Tariq and Dean, I love them on the show, right? But they are just the corniest black men. The cornball brothers. It's just, I feel like they are playing street. Like, it's so over the top. It's like blackface. Like, when they just try to do these mannerisms and speak in this African-American vernacular, which is very common for us, right? And I think it's very common for them. I just feel like they're putting some unnecessary sauce on it to make them seem cooler and tougher than what they really are. It's okay to be black and from the suburbs or from privilege. It's okay. The black experience is not just poverty. We are not a monolith. We all have very different experiences. But I guess because this inner city culture, this inner city black culture is so popular because it's just so cool and so many people want it. Even the black people who do not have direct access to that try to pull from that and put that on so that they can have that same kind of feeling of coolness that inner city black people possess. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they're doing, but I'm like, it's okay to be who you are and be black. We're a variety of people, and I love that about us. This rap song, "A Brother Wanna Make You Run Away, Girl." What? And you know what? Tariq is very extra with his his inner city blackness, but Dean, God, he's so corny. It's like you're looking at him and you're just like, stop. Because if a non-black person did this, I would be so offended. So watching them do it, I'm like, I'm so confused about what is happening here. Dean is talking to Tariq, but it's so extra. It's just like, yo, so what's going on with you, man? I'm just like, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. Nah, man, that's a lot, man. What is going on? And how nobody in their life have said anything about this. Where are they from? Is this common where they're from? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an inner city black, but I'm well cultured. You know, I've been around different types of people, and I've never seen people like this at this age. Like, I've seen people, black and non-black, like put on like an inner city ghetto kind of black culture and like just try to live in it to, you know, appear cool. Like I said before, I've never seen them at this big age though, like doing this. I just feel like they're a little too old to be playing Tupac. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. This is not who you guys are. Like, you're not going to intimidate a 50 Cent. You know what I mean? We get it. You'll intimidate a white man at the post office, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not fooling anybody. But I'm just so disappointed in another community because I'm just like, y'all see these men, these grown men putting on this hood black performance, and nobody is saying anything. Nobody's gonna call this out and be like, hey guys, I love you. You look ridiculous. No. They just let these fools come on TV. I bet you people in their life was just like, oh, they are going to get dragged on Twitter. And they probably eating it up. Watching them put on this Negro performance and not say a damn thing, but laughing at them and the group chat. Talk about Tariq wanting to get a prenup for Hazel. Are you serious? Sir, I've seen this Section 8 house that you are living in. What do you have that Hazel wants besides coming to America? So can we be real? Like, she's scamming him. Like, it's very apparent that she's scamming him. But I'm like, dude, sign a prenup for what? I saw your air conditioner. I saw your kitchen. What you got? They are so delusional. The delusional cornball brothers. That's exactly who they are. But they're also sweet and funny in a way. Like, it's not... I'm not mad at them, you know what I mean? I just roll my eyes a couple times and I laugh, you know, sometimes at them, sometimes with them, more at them, but still, I'm not like, it doesn't piss me off, but I'm just like, you guys look ridiculous. Good TV though. TLC does a great job of casting. I'm telling you, these shows, a mess.